I'm going to have to replace this plug because it keeps coming loose and I don't want it like that. A long time ago, someone convinced me to cut off the grounding plug, the grounding part of the plug, and that was the wrong thing to do. You have to fail in order to figure out what's wrong here. Let's try this. In case it was the extension cord I used. Well, something wrong here. I got it all wrong. Okay, first of all, got all the wires in the wrong spot. No wonder it didn't work. You got to pay attention to your colors on your wires. The black wire goes to the gold colored screw. The white wire goes to the silver colored screw, and the green wire goes to the green colored wire. So you just have to take time to get it right, and then it'll work out fine. Has an unusual arrangement. The ground wire is a little bit unusual, but it's basically the same as the others. All right. Now before I took this all apart. I made a blue mark right here. If I can see that, let me check that. I made a blue mark right here, and I made another blue mark on this part here. Now I've got to take this to the job site. My job site is where I'm using this drill, and this is in my shop right here. So before I take it to the job site, got to make sure that all the screws are tight and that it works. Okay, I did a little bit of a research, and I looked up what the tips were from VersaTube on how to use these self-drilling screws. And what I found was that you cannot use a high speed for these screws. Now if you look down here, I'll show you something. Okay, this is a typical drill that somebody might use. This is a DeWalt, and the nameplate on it says 2500 RPM. Now I do not think it probably has that much RPM right now, but what they recommend is 1400 RPM on the VersaTube drill site. And what I did was the screws that I showed earlier just a few seconds ago, the third one at the bottom, I used this method of going slower. What happened was, if you go too fast, it destroys the tip of these self-drilling screws. So you have to use the variable speed and try to do about half of what the drill speed is. Now I did use that DeWalt drill to try to drill these in, or I used my impact driver, and I found that an impact driver is not going to work as well. And another thing is, on the VersaTube instructions, it says not to use an impact driver, but I did try to use it on this section here, and that's why you can almost see one of the areas where I broke off one of the drills, one of the self-drilling screws, and I tried another one, and then finally I pre-drilled two of the holes and put in those ones that are farthest away from the camera. Now these are various pieces I had left over from the forms that form the pad that I made. So what I did was I took this tape measure, measured here, it's about 1.5 inches, and then I'm going to come over 3/8 plus 1.5 inches plus 3/8, and then drill a hole.